What's up YouTube, COD4Man221 here, welcome back to another Company of Heroes 2 Online Replay Season 3. I have not played as the Soviets actually in a really long time. This is only my second or third game with them since the new patch update. I'm talking about the one on July 20th. Basically where they now allow you, this building, the battalion command, now gives you the SU-76, and then it gives you like the next building, the mechanized armor company, gives you the SU-85, T-34, 76, and the Katyusha. So they kind of switched around the buildings, and they made the buildings a lot cheaper. So that's a little different. They're doing a lot of balancing between like the German and the Soviets, because the Germans have to like tech up, and then they have to build a building, so they make their buildings cheaper, and they make the Soviet ones more expensive. Either way. So you're seeing a little conversation between Juice Box and this guy, the one without a soul, who is basically has a ton of bulletins for artillery. And we saw me in the last match with the United States as a supporting role with the priest. But this is definitely not going to be a sit back and shoot artillery. This is going to be an action-packed match. And we're playing on Hill 331. This is one of the newer maps a while back. And you can see we're playing with Lipton, Nick, and Juicebox. So the plan is, I'm going to try to take... First we got to lock down the fuel. So that's step one. Lock down this fuel. And then, Nick's going to help me out. And our allies on the other side are going to be focusing on this fuel also. So we hold both fuels early on. That'll really hurt them. Anyway, on this side, you can see I was doing an attack from multiple angles. And they put a machine gun in here. This is not the best house to put a machine gun in. I don't even know which way it's facing, but it's now basically surrounded. You can see he's targeting my engineers right here, so I gotta be careful I don't want to lose them. But we're just gonna shoot into this house here, and they are not gonna suppress us because we're to the side of it. So it's not even really a house. It's a pretty bad structure actually. Anyway, so I gotta basically have to turn for a second and start shooting at these guys that are point blank with us, with the engineers. And we should win this fight, probably. And then I have another machine gun up, but they actually managed to suppress us. This machine gun started working, but I also have my own machine gun here that's going to start shooting into these guys. I could have grabbed the early Molotov here, but I decided not to buy the Molotovs. Anyway, I have another machine gun coming out, and I have another one also coming up to the front lines here. So we're trying to wipe this squad, which we managed to do. There we go. Now he's gone. So we just took out their MG42. We're also playing against an OKW player that's over here. And basically he's going to set up a position right here to kind of give himself a forward kind of base to try to take the hill. The issue is you can put an AT gun right here and shoot right down into this. Also, you can be on the hill here and shoot mortars into it. Let's look at my doctrine here. So what I've done is I've got the armored assault tactics, which has changed a little bit. The T-34-85 can now be built at the mechanized armor company. And I'm also getting radio intercepts. You can see it says OKW players sandbag complete. So kind of show me where they're building sandbags. Can be quite useful. Anyway, Juicebox just stole that MG42 and is going to set it up on the hill. Now, I can definitely see, if we turn on the fog of war, I can definitely see that, I'm pretty sure there's enemy units around this area here, so I gotta lock down my left flank, because they're not gonna probably charge just directly up the hill. Or they might, like they're doing right now, but you think they don't want to flank around and hit our position. But yeah, these guys almost look like conscripts here. So they saw that was kind of futile. Anyway, so I'm machine gun covering my flank here, because I know they're capturing various points along here. So they're going to try to flank, they're going to be in trouble. And like that, I see troops right here. Storm Pioneers. And I also have conscripts and stuff that are coming up. And another conscript squad. So I have 2 conscript squads. Just switch that, okay. And you can see Nick has 2 machine guns. So this isn't Juicebox, this is Nick. Nick has 2 machine guns and a mortar out, and he's also trying to help with the center. So right now we're still winning on VPs, even though they hold the far left VP. But purple has decided, which is the one without a soul, has decided to get a sniper, which could be very good or very bad depending on while he micros it. Anyway, I should have set my machine gun right along here, but these guys managed to rush it before I could set it up. But he's just going to run into a whole lot of people here, and he's going to be forced to fall back. You know, you have a lot of rifles shooting at you there. So we'll actually see there's another one. And then his sniper just shot one of the guys in the house here. But anyway, they're pinned down. This is kind of their assault here. So we basically cut off their attack route here, and now we're going to be, you know, using our numbers here to kill whatever unit is over here, which is just an MG. I think he's going to realize that we have a lot of numbers here, and he's probably just going to want to run his MG out of there. And then the good old OKW gets the infantry support gun. Now this is a very decent weapon if used correctly, and can definitely pound an area. It's like the howitzer for the United States, the pack howitzer. And you can see he just decide to retreat there. So I'm definitely gonna grab the munitions for us, because more munitions, you know, I can launch Sturmovik attacks. I can, you know, the United States really needs the munitions to get basically upgraded with bars or light machine guns. But you can see the enemy does have the fuel right now, and they have a bunker right here. So it's going to be very hard for Juicebox or Lipton to take that until they get a captain or something out, which he can flank around the side there. So I'm just going to move. He can pound the hill as much as he wants. It's not really going to do a whole lot of damage the way I'm doing it. And he's also going to upgrade to the forward retreat point. I think it's a little too early in the game to do that. I think he's wasting manpower he could really use right now. He doesn't exactly have a ton of troops. You can see, I guess he's got 3 squads, but I mean, we're 6 minutes, and look how many squads I have. Anyway, I have a mortar, and Nick has an AT along the road here. The only bad thing about it being on the road is that we could also use one up here, because if they see the AT on the road, they're basically just going to charge up the hill and try to get around it and kill our troops. Anyway, I'm going to launch a mortar strike here. I'm trying to actually kill this infantry support gun here. Anyway, let's look at the rush on the right side here. You can see they're overwhelming German positions here. There's a lot less of them on the hill than you'd think. Grenades are going off. It's wiping out a lot of troops here. It looks like the German support units are in a lot of trouble here. And they're getting squad wipes. There's an MG42 gone, and this hill will be recaptured once again as they take the middle. So here's what happened. The player, let's go to the tactical map here. So the red player decided to, you know, hold the hill, and then pink decided to kind of push into the center and push us back there. And therefore he left his whole partner open on the hill, and our, you know, Lipton and Juicebox are to take advantage of that. He also has a lot of hills on the other side. You could call this almost a hedgerow, like in Normandy. Now, I was reading about, you know, basically after Normandy happened, it took a really long time to break out of the beachheads and go through all these hedgerows. Now, when aerial reconnaissance was looking over around D-Day, they saw hedgerows, right? But they thought they were going to be like the English hedgerows. They didn't think they were going to be as strong as the French hedgerows, because I think that the French hedgerows were basically, I think they were older, and they were they're just somehow stronger than the English hedgerows, which could just be run over. So the Germans definitely ambushed a lot of people on the hedgerows. Like, I mean, if you were thinking about being a tank driver, you're driving along this road here, and then all of a sudden, to your left, behind the hedgerows, a bunch of troops with a anti-tank. Anyway, I gotta say, the half-track for the Soviets is very overpowered. I'm actually starting to use it a little bit now, but it is just devastating. The fact is, it suppresses things. I've got my own AT here. You never know what could pop up, like a Luke's or something. But you can see they're forced to fall back. But then we have a Puma over here. Look at that. You gotta love the bazooka of the captain. Just like, hey, hello. Anyway, what they've done is smart. The Axis players here, they've cut off any munitions we'd be getting from the top here, because they've taken the point behind it. And I don't know how all those missed the sniper, but he almost lost a sniper right there. Anyway, speaking of a Luke's has come to the field here. And that was a nasty shot from my AT gun in its rear armor. And its main gun has been damaged, and he hit my mine. Actually, Nick laid that mine. I laid the mine in front of it. I laid the mine right here. So we now have an abandoned Luke's. You know how excited I was that there's a Luke's abandoned? I'm going to take this thing, I'm going to repair it, we're going to have some fun times at the Luke's here. And I've teched up, not going to buy anything. I mean, I'm going to get a half track probably. But other than that, I'm just going to go right to the Mechanized Armor Company. Try to get a T-34-85. That's what I'm going to make, T-34-85s and IS2. So I have this broken tank basically, but it's very good against infantry. Obviously, it's not going to be great against certain like an Oswin or anything like that. But yeah, I basically just barbed wire this flank here because I don't think we're going to attack that way anyway. And we have destroyed their headquarters with our mortars. And Nick is being sneaky, laying a bunch of mines down. Anyway, on this side of the map, looks like the Wehrmacht stand no chance in being forced to pull back, and using mortars, they have managed to actually destroy the bunker here, so now they're going to take the fuel. But the Germans already have an Oswin out, and this is, you know, the Oswin does suppress too, I think. I really use the Oswin very much anymore. Only when you're going to go against a lot of US infantry. Let's see what suppresses. It does not, but it is very good against infantry. And aircraft, actually. You know, if you get 2 or 3 of the Soviet half tracks, you can shoot down any kind of aircraft that comes. And also, same thing with the Oswin. You get 2 or 3 of those guys, they'll just shoot down any kind of Stummerbick or anything that's flying around. Anyway, remember the disadvantage. I mean, this is great that you can suppress enemies and take cover, but you're also vulnerable to grenades. And you're also vulnerable to the fact that you can't move or get run over or anything like that. Rifle grenades especially. And they have the armor out on this flank here. And while we managed to lock down our position, I'm getting my troops healed up by Nick. Well, I'm basically reinforcing off of Nick, and I have the Lukes here. And look at this side. They're blomming up here, and oh, that would have been a perfect grenade if it went off a little earlier. They're definitely throwing grenades here, and they're being pushed back off the hill, but there's heavy armor on this side. Anyway, I'm trying to save up for a T-34-85. And we have some guys, they're scouting, they're looking for mines. And they found that. So our opponents on the left side have basically given up at this point. They're... Look at that, that's Nick's Su-76. Shooting at the rear armor and even damaged the engine of this Oswin. So if he's lucky, he can actually destroy it. He's got to be a little careful. I think he was afraid that, there's a Panzer IV running around up here. It's amazing how a Panzer IV can do this much damage to the positions here. They're going to lose the hill. And the ambulance is going to get destroyed. Puma, that was a medical truck. How could he destroy that? And yeah, he actually managed to destroy the Puma with the last shot before he got taken out. So they're going to lose the hill over here, which is really bad. But Nick's actually going to pursue this Oswin here, and it's missing quite a lot. And he's even throwing down smoke to cover him. So look at that. Very good use of smoke trying to cover him out there. But we're just going to pop through the smoke, and he's slowed down. His rear armor's hit one more time. His engineers are going to try to get repair, but it's too late. It was very dangerous of Nick to do this, but he managed to destroy that. But he did go out of control because they had an anti-tank over there. So the fuel is at least neutralized. We're getting about 29, and let's look at the enemy forces here. They're getting about 28, so it's about even for fuel, which is surprising because they do have fuel cache. We didn't build any fuel caches so far. That's a mistake on our part. We probably should have built a fuel cache. But anyway, here's the Russian man Lukes. I remember reading stories about the German soldiers when they would knock out a T-34-76. They'd look in it and they'd be shocked at how bare bones and plain it looked. It basically just had a stick to drive. Like, it wasn't anything like the German armor inside the interior. Anyway, I try to push up and I see this truck right here. I'm like, great, that's gonna be a good target. I even blew up the mine. That was their mine though. That was the OKW. And he has a Stuka Sufus, and this is going to be devastating. I'm like trying to move some of my troops around. Absolutely devastating. Wiped out the field gun, almost killed the whole Maxim crew there. Anyway, I was going to try to get some smoke down and maybe attack that with the Lukes, but you can see the Stuka Sufus has already retreated all the way back to base, pretty much. Anyway, I have my T-34-85. So the difference in the 76 is obviously has an 85mm gun, so it's what packs a bigger punch than the 76. It's also a lot more expensive, and literally almost killed this whole unit here. Maybe you'll call it the run Forrest run, like the Forrest Gump thing, when you manage to run away like that. Anyway, I'm going up against Panzer IV here, and they stand no chance against me. Now with the AT though, that's makes me a little nervous here. I'm kind of trying to bait him. I'm waiting for my fellow support from Juicebox here. Basically need the infantry to push back because they have taken an American field gun here. But they have a lot of actually, you know what I was hitting this guy and bombarding him, and he's actually making an oversight on. Now they've taken out the precision strike, which I saw it both ways. I saw the precision strike as a great way to counter enemy mortars. But honestly, you have people that would get the 120mm mortar, 2 or 3 of those, get them veteran, and just destroy you with the precision strike. So now we have the flare, which is useful because it basically allows you to see, you know, enemy positions. I didn't actually launch it just yet, but it allows you to see like enemy positions, so it's not overpowered. I mean, all the German stuff has all the German mortars have the counter barrage basically. And I see this guy right here, and I did not think they'd lay like 6 mines right here, but they did, and now I'm in trouble. Because I did not think that they would ambush me here. So I managed to take that guy out, but 100 fuel versus 130 fuel for my tank here. I'm in trouble. I'm probably going to lose my tank here. And all my infantry's on the hill there, so yeah. By the time I got my Lukes around, it was too late. But now I know they're going to mine this. Look what they've done. They sabotaged the point. Nice. Anyway, look at this. 7 kills on that. So the thing is that I can almost hit this, but I'm going to use the barrage because I have plenty of munitions. And just start shooting back at it. There, I do have another support gun. Actually, this is the first one they had before, from earlier. And they're going to be launching that at me. It's actually doing a lot of damage to me, but I'm doing a ton of damage to this guy right here. And I also have another T-85 coming out, and look what they have behind our lines here. And awesome. They're trying to kill units on retreat, which is a very good idea, but you know what's going to happen? You're going to be overextended there. But you do have these guys right here you got to deal with, so you got to pull back from that. And they keep trying to destroy the road here with that Stuka Sufus. But it doesn't matter if there's just 2 guys here, you can still launch the barrage. Anyway, look at all these guys that are coming right here. It's a blob. And they're not going to have fun here. They're going to get around here and get instantly suppressed by the machine gun. The Luke's is going to start shooting in at them. And I don't think they like that the Luke's is basically, you know, it's their own beast used against them. And almost managed to just wipe out a squad, but artillery's going down here. And look at them, they're flanking from behind. They throw smoke everywhere. Smoke's a little premature there. They do have a sniper here. Then they have the artillery, so the Osman moves up too. And I'm hitting its flank with my Lukes. But I have to be careful myself. But the AT definitely, so they basically softened us up here. I'm trying to kill the sniper. Anyway, priority number 1 is killing this whole unit here. And Luke's is trying to hold these guys back. I don't have to fall back here in a minute. And the sniper managed to get out of there. And I'm basically going to call light artillery barrage right in front of these guys. And I have the Lukes here and the machine guns to suppress these guys. So they're going to fall back from that. But this is a pretty big push by our opponents here. And Nick got devastated there. He's lost. I mean, if we look at his forces here. He's 2 machine guns. Engineer he just built and a mortar he's building. He just put this guy on the field here. It's basically like the Soviets on the left side and the Americans on the right side, if you think about it. Anyway, this is what we're doing on this map. This is how this map operates. You're basically holding one side of the map. You're trying to hold the opposite corners, right? That's where the munitions are. And the fuel. So, they have a lot of Panzer IVs up here, actually. But we have Shermans and everything else. Anyway, I would love to just finish off this guy here. But I gotta be very careful that I don't lose it, because you never know. A Panzer IV could pop out of one of these guys. I believe he's saying up for a Panther, but... Yeah, you can see him doing damage here. I'm not gonna stay here for too long, just making sure I know where it is. And try to damage it a little bit. Force him to repair. And the purple player made so many Oswins this game, and he's getting behind our lines. So you think someone would retreat like back here and then hit me from the rear armor, which is very smart of him actually. But now I'm gonna stand near my machine guns. So Stuka Sufus comes down again, and I'm like, that's coming right along this area. And Nick can't catch a break, instantly killed again. And then we're getting hit right actually near my tank here and my half track that just came into position. So we have the first of the German artillery here, 7 kills already, gains a lot of veterancy because he has those stacked bulletins. And then we also, you know, we're basically getting shelled over here, so we're on the receiving end. And they're going to try to use this to get the fuel back. They're really just trying to take our fuel at this point. They don't manage to do it. Lots of dead Soviet troops along around this area here, but it's devastating. And then we have the Oswins behind our lines here. Anyway, if I'm careful, I can maybe take those guys out. I did turn my tank around here. The Oswins are not meant for taking on armor. So he's not going to like seeing that tank there. I don't know what he was doing. Kind of taking it. I mean, he destroyed that. Or he's going to destroy that. But we gotta lay some mines something anyway. We can't have him going behind our lines like that. I wonder if, is this the MG42 is my question from earlier. I'll have to see if he hops out. So once again, covering my flanks here. I probably should have put the crew that had more men facing this direction, you know, where they're attacking majority of the time. You know, I even had my AT position here to take on those Oswins if they came into position. And I'm pulling back my MGs and gonna heal them up. And you know, this T-34-85 is pretty good against these infantry here, even if they are anti-tank. See that Stuka Sufus leveled that house along with the heavy artillery coming into position. But keep in mind, we're still holding the flanks of on this map here. We're still holding this right side, and we're holding the left side. So we're holding the victory points, you know. We're at 244 victory points here. And now we're holding both fields, so they're in a lot of trouble. But they're finally making progress on the hill here. And we're in a little bit of trouble here. But Nick is going to suppress with this. You know, I heard that they made it to suppress this because of, you know, OKW blobs. I mean, they're trying to steal my AT gun. Like hell that's going to happen. That was just a waste of good troops. And we have the sniper and more of these guys. They keep coming around the flank here, and Nick has a machine gun. So this should definitely stop them from flanking around us again. Also, think about this map. It's basically 2 versus 2s on both ends of the map. And we can see the massive Panzer IVs are destroying these Shermans here. But look, we got the Wolverines and the Jacksons pushing up here. U.S. tank destroyers are squaring off here, and we do have a captain here, so let's not doubt that. One's down already. G-Spox is pulling back here. Heavy artillery going down. This is devastating. We also have the rear launchers armed with bazookas. Bet2 guy basically surrounded by bazookas. He's going to try to blitz out of here. Engine is damaged. He is screwed here. 3 Panthers down. 4th one over here. And then look, the Sherman's behind it. He's going to try to blitz out of here also. But he has been destroyed. So devastating. They have lost. And also that was that was a full squad right there he wiped out with this guy. So now we have our kind of armor, but the armor we're dealing with is a command tank and an Osman. So you can see I have a nice little force here. We have 2 tanks here. I'm letting them know they're getting Panthers, and they're going to do another kind of blitz around the flank here. Like I said, we really should have put some mines down here. We have plenty of munitions for it, especially me. I have almost 1,000 munitions here. And I'm floating some manpower. There's nothing really for me to make right now with manpower, and I can grab another one of these guys when I get a chance. And look at this. Nick has the ISU 152. This will devastate any troops that come along this side here. He's got to be careful with it, though. So our opponents have some. They finally have a Panzer IV. This is the MG42 we captured early on. Look at my mortar just hanging out right here. It's gonna get bundle grenaded. Look at these guys that bundle grenades. Yeah. You know, I have my tanks right here. They managed to destroy that with the artillery. And they're forced to fall back again. They can't seem to break the hill here. And they have this guy right here. You know, he's scanning around, but he can only really see about to this area on the hill, so he can't see anything that's around Nick here. And I have captured this point. I thought it was ridiculous to add that point for that long. And you can see the Panther now has been taken out over on this flank here. Anyway, artillery's going down. Where's the Stuka landing? You know, wherever this half track is, that's where they're targeting the Sugasufus. Anyway, they're pushing up right here. I called a... I think it was called a Stormvik in right here and just killed a lot of enemy troops here. But they wiped the floor with my cons. You can see how many dead ones are just crawling around there still. And here's the problem right here. All my tanks are in the middle here, so it's time to push back. I was thinking about flanking, possibly. This guy needs to fall back. I'm going to lose him. I just lost that unit there. Yeah, I'm pushing up with my tanks here. I'm trying to flank around. The problem is I've been kind of boxed out, and Nick's tank is on his own here because I'm trying to take the long way around, but trying not to hit any mines. And there are mines literally everywhere. I mean, there's one right here. I'm actually just shooting at this mine, trying to explode it. And I'm about to get destroyed on the hill here. I'm trying to get... You know, it's kind of like you wish you had a pause button sometimes, but I'm just trying to get all my units back and retreat with what I can here. And this guy, like, got stuck. So I'm going to lose my Lukes here. And now the IS2 thankfully up here, and I'm going to start trying to shoot back at these units here. So that's lost a ton of troops, and these guys are just hanging out, taking shell fire. I'm kind of trying to make sure I don't get flanked by this guy. I hate that I mean, I don't hate the command tank, but it gives a bonus for, you know, they take reduced damage, basically. Anyway, I push up. I'm trying to basically kill some units behind the lines here. I'm going to start shooting into this headquarters here. No more tanks from this guy. That's my plan. He's going to start hitting my flank. Now look at this. Okay, so I have a Vet 2 tank on my left and no Veteran on my right. I'm going to pull this tank back first, right? And I'm going to keep this one a little bit more forward. So if he goes to chase after my Vet 2 tank, he's going to expose his rear armor. So take a look at this. See how I'm kind of staying here? So I got this tank right here. Still going to hit him. This guy's going to keep falling back. And when he pulls back here, he's going to get rear armor exposed. Or if he, you know, turns like that, he gets his rear armor hit also. And look at the Stuka Sufus. At this point, Pom Pom quit. He was on the far right side. That is the pink player. And then I couldn't believe I lost both my tanks there. Like, I gotta wonder about these armored skirts, if they should really come with this. But then again, you know, the OKW, it's 135 field, which is a lot more for OKW. I mean, we're in a lot of trouble over here. We're losing a lot of, you know, I've lost a lot of my armored force here, and they're making a big push for the hill here. But these guys can, you know, you gotta be very careful, because that can just happen to you. Your biggest thing is the ISU 152 cannot move. But look, now they have like, so they're doing a pretty good job pulling the hill, and then the Tiger Ace pops out. And Nick's guy had trouble pathfinding here. He's trying to pull back here, and he's just kind of stuck on that tank and turning his rear armor to all these guys here. And I'm trying to shoot the Tiger Ace's side armor here, and this thing is just it's a complete beast. I'm really curious. Like, let's take a kill all here, and let's look at. So it cuts his manpower by 90% and his mission stuff by 25%. For, I think it's until the thing's destroyed. You can see I'm having trouble with pathfinding too. I'm going like, are you kidding me? Like, look, it's just letting its rear armor get shot to pieces. And I gotta pull around this side now. I'm calling her, someone's been called out artillery. And look, this damn tank is still alive, and he's giving everyone a nice little armor bonus here. But I managed to destroy him, and I get shocked here. I would have been able to get away with it too. Nice rear armor hit right there, but it's too little at this point because we don't have enough armor. The armor's all been transferred from the right side to the left side here. Yeah, they're definitely going to fall back, but they got hit by something right there. So the Axis they're making a push for this victory point on this left side here. You can see the AI is acting a little irrational on this side. A lot of infantry just all over the place and getting destroyed. I don't know what this was. It looks like some kind of another Puma or something they had. Anyway, he made a mistake here. So that's another armor taken out. And the Oswin's right here. And I'm like, okay, if you want to fight, let's go. G-Spox has all his Wolverines here. I gotta try the Wolverine now. I prefer the Jacksons a lot more, but that smoke just saved him. We see the Stuka coming, so you know we hear the Stuka Sufus attacking, so we're gonna pull back into different positions. It actually was not targeting that area. And I have another T-34-85, but we still have a Tigers we gotta deal with. We're trying to kill some of these units here. He was actually trying to kill the Tigers that was retreating earlier. And I'm calling Cervec. I'm like, you know what, we might as well start trying to shoot some of these these units down, but you can see the IS2s are just going to destroy my Stormvic here, and they're both almost dead. Basically, Kill All has gone completely to engineers to try to keep his tanks healed up, but that's all he really has. His whole army is just three of these Pioneer squads, along with the 2 tanks there. Definitely a heavy tank battle so far here. And he is, you know, shooting at that, so that'd be a priority. Anyway, I have ATs set up here. I'm ready for that Tiger Ace again. I will ram him if I have to. I do not want to particularly ram him, but I will. Anyway, I have my own little squad set up here. See, there's a ton of these guys on the hill, and Tiger Ace is back up on the hill here, and they're supporting him. You know, all the human players are supporting him. And yeah, that's not going to go too well. There's a lot of munitions wasted for the OKW, but they are destroying that, so. And I tried to shift my guys, you know, going to shift them over to the hill here, and they kind of ran into enemy forces. That's okay, they didn't actually lose. They only lost a couple guys. Now they're going to take the VP here, so we got to be careful because they have a lot of anti-tank infantry. And I saw these, and I was trying to shift some troops over here. I was trying to. This is devastating because they just hit Nick's heavy armor here. And he didn't see this, and he saw at this point he's going to try to move here, but it's too late. And then the Tiger Ace comes out, and I'm just like, perfect flank by these guys. Executed beautifully. They led with the infantry, which is smart here, and I'm screwed. I mean, G-Spike's going to get some nice rear shots here, but the smoke of the ISU is going to obscure that. So I'm going to have to fall back here. The IS2s are alive too, so I'm just losing a lot of units here. So I lost 2 conscript squads and 2 ATs so far. I'm about to lose my machine gun. Looks like I got 1 machine gun out of there, but that was really good. You can see how many kills the Tiger Ace has, 15 right now, and it's really the armor that they're taking out. Nick keeps trying to take that guy out from the air. It's tricky though, because you got to deal with a tank that's completely superior to anything we have right now, and I've lost. You know, I'm down to a conscript squad. Why I managed to like kind of push them and maybe take this point away from the enemy. And I'm also down to a mortar, which is now retreating. And he actually wiped out my mortar here. These IS2s, I'm telling you, it has 20 kills. It's been quite annoying, both these IS2s here. I'm forced to fall back before I lose this squad here, which I just managed to do there. So literally, I'm making an AT, they have a Panther out. It's really looking bad for us at this point. Once again, the Stormvics are going to be in trouble though because of the anti-air. They're down to 50 points though at this part of the battle. And we do hold the center, so you know, if they want to hold the left, we said great. We're just going to shift all our troops to the center and try to hold this ground. And Lipton with his Shermans. He's popping smoke left and right here. He's actually going to start getting some rear hits on this armor. Now the veteran ones, they reload faster because they're around each other. They're coordinating nearby armor. And he actually got wiped out there. So there you go. Panther down. And I even have my own tank over here. Problem is the enemy's now going to try to shift a lot of units towards there, including the Tiger Ace itself. And I'm just like, I wish I had the Stormvic for this point right here, because the IS2s are a little bit further back and it would kill a lot of their infantry. And G-Spike's got to get the hell out of here because these guys have a lot of anti-tank. And he's going to lose some troops if he's not careful here. He's going to lose a tank. This guy got shocked, so he's screwed. Heavy artillery going down. And yep, G-Sox managed to get his veteran 2 Wolverines out of there, which is good. They're pushing up here. I gotta be careful. I'm about to lose another tank here. I'm pulling all the way back to my base. And I have my AT, just running away from my AT here also. And the AT didn't stop his engine, so he's gonna come all the way into our base here. And he must know it's a suicide mission. My tank got abandoned here. You can see the guy is just hanging out. And he actually managed to, his shell managed to get deflected off that rear armor. I am gonna try to hit his armor here with my anti-tank grenade, which I managed to do. Just keep his engine here so I can at least take that guy out. I was sending troops over here, they're just getting killed. But he's just gonna attack this tank here from the rear and destroy my T-45, which is really annoying because I literally am 1 second away. Look, he's about to get killed. Go by this AT here. Can actually hit something. So it's looking really bad for us right now. I don't have enough fuel to get another tank for a little while. They've taken over a lot of the map here. They're hitting our buildings back here. And this tank won't seem to die. See, another rear armor hit. You gotta keep in mind though, a lot of their armor are these stupid Oswins. And the command tank. The Tiger Ace is making mistakes. I mean, it's doing some damage on this side, but it's getting pretty beat up. Yeah, those are the Oswins. Okay, yep, we got all the armor, the anti-tank force ready to take on some of these enemy units here. Look how far they're pushing up with their anti-tank. I gotta say, these conscripts stand no chance against these veteran troops here. Maybe if they get into the building and don't get grenaded. Maybe. They have to throw a Molotov or something. So that's just a waste of a squad there. Now Nick does, he was looking at some shock troops I think at this point. And these shock troops just got shredded by these Fallschirmjägers.
We have more conscripts at our disposal.
Anyway, so another armored vehicle has been destroyed. I think that's one of theirs. You know, the artillery gun hasn't been doing a whole lot. I mean, it has 17 kills, but this map, like, there's no positions for them to really pound. And we're trying to grab fuel back, which we managed to do. At least one fuel there. And I now have some infantry, and I basically have 3 squads of infantry. Now the AT are actually going to try to hit this guy here. If any kind of armor gets destroyed here, any kind of damage to like the main gun or anything, we're going to go. And look, he gets kind of stuck here. He's going to try to blitz backward, but he is in trouble. Everything we have is going to push in and try to take out this Tigers. This is their last hope here for a victory, basically. Even if they lose all this armor, it'll be worth it to take this guy out. He's also getting hit from the rear there. And it's abandoned. The Tiger Ace is abandoned, but they got to be very careful because more units are going to be coming in with anti-tank. Particularly those guys there. But hell, if we can seize a Tiger Ace, you know what a big victory that'd be for us. But the problem is with that is that we can't really get a lot of infantry around that area. It's all armor here, and they're going to try like hell to make sure we don't do that. That might be the AI that actually destroys this. We'll have to see. Oh, you know what they're doing? They're shooting the artillery at that. Yeah, direct hit on that tank. They got rid of the Tiger Ace. Congratulations, you destroyed your own vehicle. So I have my Cervic just lighting these guys up pretty much, and I say, you know what? I'm just gonna grab an Oswin. I'm gonna grab a half track after I get a tank out to try to heal up my units and take this center position here. Because we have AT, these are not, you know, great units necessarily. And we also have the SU. Look at that, just getting shredded. We also have the ISU 152 there. Airplane, my servant got shot down there. God damn my MGR. I have like 5 men between. It should be 12 men between these two squads that are almost dead completely, so I gotta be careful. But I can keep throwing conscripts on. So once this guy lost his Tiger Ace, he's in a lot of trouble because one, he can't make another one of those again, and now he's getting his manpower back, but he's really in trouble right now. He doesn't have any units left really. So the Tiger Ace can give you victory, but definitely made this match a lot more interesting by wiping me completely out, basically. And look at that. This thing is a monster. I always hate when the Soviets get the ISU 152. It's a very powerful unit in the game. But you know what? It can be beaten. It can't maneuver, and it has no turret. So just get around it. Get it exposed, basically. Gotta say, the orange player, you know, the guy we were fighting against earlier, Wehr or something, he was very good with his Panzer Force this match. So artillery's going down. See, he can damage our units, right? But he isn't outright killing any. And we're trying to capture this again, and he's actually almost winning this fight here. He might actually win this, which he does, so now this victory point will be captured. They can't, this can use the light artillery actually, barrage. In fact, these, I wonder if these are my guns. Let's double check. Let's see where my guns. No, they're not actually. These are my abandoned field guns here. Anyway, we're just going to hold the center. Why not? You know, they're on 34 points. I have plenty of infantry. They're now reinforcing off of this guy. These conscripts managed to pick up an MG-42. That's actually a cool shot there. You can see the Stussy in the background. And a flamethrower, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, that was a really cool shot, just seeing the guy standing on the hill with all that stuff going on in the background. Let's look at the Stussy. It had 41 kills, so it did a lot of damage, mostly early on against Nick, but I don't think he realized I had a tank here or AT. But if he wants to fight them, I'm glad to do that. You know, I probably should have gotten at this point, you know, before the end of this match, probably gotten some Molotovs just to target any positions. Anyway, I'm just going to keep reinforcing back here, just trying to keep as many uses as I can on this point here. And his Osmonds can, you know, once again, they're not going to do a whole lot of damage against my armor. However, I'm going to run into a lot of anti-tank troops, which aren't even really paying attention. And now I'm going to get the hell back and hopefully not get destroyed again by these guys. Lost a lot of T-34-85s this match. But I definitely like playing with that unit. Those guys just got wiped out by this guy, the ISU 152. I have plenty of units here. I have no engineers though, which is a darn shame. But I could definitely make a couple of these guys, which I'm doing right now. But they got 3 victory points left. It's over. And they're just going to devastate the area. And look how many guys he just killed. He killed 4 of my guys, or 2 of them at least. There. And I hope you guys enjoyed this match. Let's look at the kills and deaths here. There you go. I lost, between me and Nick, we lost 260 soldiers. It was ridiculous. They had a lot lower death figures than all of us, but Juicebox had the least amount of guys that killed on our team. And I hope you guys enjoyed the match. I'll see you in the next one. Hope you guys enjoy this little more proactive match. Not so much an artillery duel, but a lot of back and forth and action. See you in the next episode.